I would like to sleep in order to surrender myself to the dreamers, the way I surrender myself to those who read me with eyes wide open, in order to stop imposing in this realm the conscious rhythm of thought. Why should I not expect from the sign of the dream more than I expect from a degree of consciousness which is daily more acute? Can't the dream also be used in solving the fundamental questions of life? Are these questions the same in one case as in the other, and in the dream, do these questions already exist? Is the dream any less restrictive and punitive than the rest? I am growing old, and more than that reality to which I believe I subject myself, it is perhaps the dream, the difference with which I treat the dream, which makes me grow old.
I don't know what rest really looks like anymore. I think I took for granted what a good night's sleep could do for me. Because I don't get a good night's sleep anymore. Ever. I have sleep apnea and insomnia. And every night I have really intense, vivid, lucid dreams for most of the night. So my brain is always activated whether I'm awake or asleep. So the only real downtime that my brain gets is when I'm awake and I can purposely be dormant and turn everything in my body off and just exist in my body, which is painful sometimes. But I try to make the most of it. I try to just let go and exist in a bubble and let all of the muscles in my body disconnect and just fall onto a chair or my bed or the floor or the grass outside. Like, I picture my body as like a pile of sticks, like a pile of pieces that are falling into just a stack. And once I can visualize that, it becomes a little easier to relax.
I always thought that meditation wasn't exactly accessible to me in the traditional way. Every time I tried to sit still, my body would move in a way that was very difficult for me to control. My thoughts would begin focusing on not letting my body move instead of just being silent. I think that times that I've been meditating, and I've been meditating my whole life, is when I'm completing tasks such as making coffee in the morning. Those are times where my brain is restful and I'm able to process things on a deeper level. I think it becomes easier for me to achieve a restful state while my body is occupied on a task. It kind of tricks my brain into letting go of all of the thoughts that I'm bombarded with all the time. I think that thinking about these tiny acts that everybody experiences throughout the day as meditation can help achieve a specific level of mindfulness that might not seem possible for people with ADHD or really just any attention disorder.
Whenever I find the time to play the game, PS4 specifically, I don't know, it just clears my mind. It takes me away from reality for just a moment. It's almost like the world is on pause when I play the game. And like I can just focus on, beating my opponent in the game, or, finishing the story mode. And then once the game is over, like once I get tired of playing for too long, then it's like I'm back to reality. But having that moment of just like checking out or getting away from what I got going on is so nice. And I don't really get it that often during the week, but whenever I do, it's really nice for me. When it comes to just resting my body, I usually watch a TV show or spend time with my friends or my family, specifically my niece, Gracie. Even though she's high energy and I'm using my energy to play with her, to me that's rest. It's away from when I practice mindfulness. For me, I pray every day, a couple times a day, just asking God to guide me and lead me through the day. I also thank Him for waking me up every morning and start me on my way. I'm also very thankful for the food that I eat, the people that I meet, and the conversations that I have. And so when I pray for those who I love and for those who I work with, just so I ask God to um, watch over them. I also ask God to forgive me for my sins. Anything that I know that I'm doing is wrong, I ask for forgiveness. I usually dream about my family, things that could foreseeably happen, conversations that could foreseeably happen. The other night I had a dream that I was talking to Michael Jackson about visiting my grandpa in California. It was a good dream. Oh, also, for some context, I have a Michael Jackson poster hanging up in my room, so it's just funny that that happened. I love to sleep. Sleep has become a high priority for me. I think because it's essential in the sense that it helps me prepare for the next day.
I think that cooking and cleaning are some of the most meditative activities for me. And I feel like when I do those things while listening to music or a podcast, that I'm in a very different space than I would be while doing those things and listening to what's happening in my household. When I have time to listen to a podcast or cook with no lack of time, being able to take my time, that's always special to me. And I love to clean. I could clean all day. I wish I could. Um, I don't really have time for that either. And then when I don't have time and the house looks a mess, just makes me really stressed out. I just did some cooking while listening to a intense podcast. I listen to really intense podcasts a lot of the time. I like a good story, true story, not a fiction story. I've recently been watching animated true horror stories on YouTube. I find that really enjoyable. What did I make? I made breakfast tacos, except that I made them at like 1:30. I did 2 eggs with some scallions and some onions and some cilantro. Some cilantro is cooked into it, and then some of the cilantro I put on top. And then I got pepper flakes, a little bit of rosemary, and garlic salt. And then I put some of this cheese, let it melt a little bit, and then warmed up 3 corn tortillas and put it on them. and then put a lot of sriracha in the cilantro, and it's been really delicious. It's been a really great lunch every day. I love it. I love it. And I just want to build my cardboard box and eat and cook and do some yoga. But, this is school. It's what I signed up for, I guess. Here we are. But I don't find it relaxing. I love the time in the day where I'm done working out and doing academic work and I can just spend the rest of the time doing stuff I enjoy. I love that time.